So guys, how are you doing? Welcome to this meeting. So just to let you know, I am recording the first part, just the presentation. Once I get through the presentation, then I'm going to shut off recording and then we get into the Q&A. So don't worry, you're not going to be all over Zoom or Facebook or wherever I post this. It's just me and you'll get your chance in a few minutes. So I'm just going to share this screen here with you. The actual presentation itself. Now, so I suppose the survey, the job satisfaction survey, the key point that was set out to find out was why are people going off sick from work and why are people leaving work? Because it seems there is a bit of job dissatisfaction there at the moment. And the pandemic isn't to blame for everything. The pandemic was just a catalyst in the whole mix. So 11 million people, there's 11 million missed days in the Irish economy annually. That's 1.5 billion euro in days lost. So it's an average of 5 days per employee. The average cost of recruitment at the moment is between 14 and 70k, and that's only just rising at the moment as people are leaving. So the cumulative cost of recruitment, and them costs don't include the cost of your lower output per new hire, the cost of training them, and then the cost of retraining when they quit as well. That seems to be a big problem in some sectors. So what some of the key points I got back from the survey: 22% of you are actively looking for work, for a new job at the moment. That's actively with your CVs out there. A further 16% more if you are considering. So that's nearly 40% right now at the moment. Looking for another job or thinking of looking for another job. Now, of the people that quit in the last 12 months, 36% of people quit without actually having another job to go to. So that is certainly, that's a push factor, not a pull factor, you know, so the money wasn't the issue there. 72% of employees don't have a personal development plan in place. Now, that's biggie. I mean, do you know, if you want to hold on to staff, why don't you have a personal development plan in place? 80% of employees feel stress and anxiety at work. That figure actually matches several other surveys that were done as well. And there is actually empirical data to back that one up there. And then from my own survey there, 23% of you leave on time. That's a very small number of people that actually leave work in the evenings and go home on time. 50% of you engage in work on your days off or your holidays. Only 31% of people find work meaningful. Now, that's one of the key drivers of satisfaction in work, is you do actually find it meaningful. I mean, it's on the level 2 of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Do you know, once you've got your food, your shelter, your reproduction all sorted out, finding meaningful work means that you actually feel needed and wanted in your society. So 41% of people feel they have no autonomy over their happiness in work, which means, you know, they're extrinsically motivated as opposed to intrinsically motivated. So what's going on there? Why do people not feel that they can control their own happiness? So, do you know, it's not all the employer. I think this is a problem that's in the perception, in people's own perceptions themselves, because I believe a lot more people than 41% would have autonomy over their own work. So once I conducted the survey, then I actually went out and spoke to people. So lifting the phone calls, spamming you, you know, a few of you got messages from me, and fair play to you, actually came out and talked to me. So when I spoke to the employees, I suppose the key things that they were concerned about was that they felt they weren't being listened to. In pandemic times, they are feeling uncertainty about the future. You know, are we going back to the office full time? Is it going to be blended? Are we going to be working from home continuously? I mean, different people want different things, but the not knowing is actually worse than not getting what you want. People are feeling overburdened at work insofar as they're carrying team members. And interestingly, a lot of employees feel like they're covering for their boss. Do you know that they're carrying the boss's workload, or they're covering for them when they're out, or they're, do you know, whatever that means, we're covering for our managers a lot. But people are feeling excessive workload at the moment. HR managers, they're the poor souls that are caught in the middle trying to deal with everybody. And they actually said that a lot of them are spending too much time recruiting. I mean, they were taken on to perform the HR function, and they end up as recruitment managers, you know, without having the time to take on the HR role. So firefighting is essentially what they've been doing. Another problem the HR managers finding was that they actually didn't get to conduct the exit interviews, because people weren't actually working their own notice. So HR managers actually have no idea why people are leaving work, because people are just leaving. Then the employers, they have a say in this as well. They are seeking solutions, and the employers are feeling that the work-life boundaries has got blurred in their own personal purview, but as well as that, they feel that that's what's causing problems with the employees as well. Do you know that the employees, because the work and life boundary is blurred, it's given an increased perception of job dissatisfaction that may not have been there already. So I think there's merit to what the employers are saying as well. So what do we do about all that? What most people agreed in the survey was that an adult-to-adult conversation was really what was needed. So outside of that, well, there are other things we can do as well. I mean, there's a course that I give, and it's cognitive crafting. It's a work crafting program that, you know, that involves cognitive crafting, task crafting, and relationship crafting. And it works from top level executives to new entrants. So the new entrants, the crafting workshop empowers them to manage up. For the top executives, a lot of times the barriers is they don't give themselves the permission to themselves to actually manage down and delegate stuff that they really don't need to be doing. So that's something in the mix there as well. So listen, guys, I'm going to open this up to questions and answers for you there. So I'm going to stop the recording, and just give me a moment now.